Bonjour, everyone. I am here with Monsieur Al Spry. You're looking good today, Monsieur. What's the deal with the beanie?
How you doing, Bill? You're cracking me up. Well, my wife and I went to Paris earlier this year for our anniversary, and so I know you wanted me to wear the chapeau here.
You're looking sharp-a.
No, it's good. It has a certain air to me. What do you think?
Elegance,
Do
yeah.
I look more
elegant?
more European?
Yeah, you do.
More sophisticato?
Yeah.
Well, let's just jump right into a show. It's American Roundtable.
Well, I think you want to jump into your abundant thing first.
Oh, yeah. You're abundant now. How to make your life better. $5.99. Check it out. YourAbundantNow.com. YourAbundantNow.com. Embracing gratitude, alignment, in the present moment for a life of joyful abundance. Written by yours truly. And thank you so much.
But wait, there is more.
Is there? What do you got over there? Bill? Oh, it's some type of an award. What do you got?
Look at that.
This looks like an Oscar-looking kind of thing. Oh, you've been waiting to bring this out for a while.
There it is.
Wow, look at that.
Can
I?
Yeah.
Oh, it even has the weight. This says Best Shorts Winner, Award of Recognition, Film Short. She is 17 again. William J. Strickler, Pensbury and Janet, the first of many, 2024. Wow, and who delivered that one to you?
Well, that's a film festival. Got that. It's one of 25 that we won.
25 wins?
25!
Wow.
Not including nominations or official selections.
If you turn it around, you can kind of see his butt. See?
No, I don't want to see it.
You don't want to see his butt?
I'll stop.
Okay.
So, I figured I'd bring this out. It was a great thrill. It just blows my mind to tell you the truth.
No, it's a nice award. All kidding aside.
And you were in 2 of the movies so far.
This is very nice. This is high quality.
The same guy that makes Oscar for the out in Hollywood Academy Awards makes this one.
Oh, they make the same. They make the same thing. Huh? Well, it's very Oscar looking. It sure is.
It looks pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, in one day, think about this. In one day, we got mini Oscar and we got the beret. How often does that happen?
It happens in 2024. Well, this is our Thanksgiving show, right? Happy Thanksgiving to you, Bill.
Yeah,
Talk a little bit about Thanksgiving. Got a couple Thanksgiving stories, and it's nice to be thankful. I woke up today, doing a show with you. We just had a show that you guys saw recently where we had the Wolf Lady of Orlando, Kim Capes. That was a cool show.
Yeah, good.
And so
she was in our first movie, by the way.
Yeah, we were both in the same movie.
Yeah.
What was she? She was in.
She was an extra in the football field.
In the football field? Oh, really?
Yeah, in the crowd.
Yeah, she's a great lady. She takes care of blends wolf dogs and wolves that are people can't handle because they're wild. They've got a lot of instincts. A lot of people don't know what they're signing up for. So she does a good job. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about Thanksgiving dinner costs taking a dip, and remember the song Alice's Restaurant? Got an update on that. That's a famous Thanksgiving song. Got some other stories for you. In the meantime, welcome. This is our 9th year doing American Roundtable here on TV 38 WHDO. Thank you to the crew that helps put this together. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to American Roundtable on TV 38 WHDO. Check out our Facebook page. So happy to have you on there to interact with you. Facebook.com/USA Roundtable. Facebook.com/USA Roundtable is the fastest way to find us. Cuts through the red tape. So Thanksgiving dinner is costing a little less this year. Farm Bureau's annual tally puts it at $58, the cheapest in decades when factoring in inflation.
You know I'm a numbers guy, right?
Yeah.
And numbers can be twisted
Numbers
to
can be
see
deceiving.
how you want to make it.
Right.
Adjusted inflation. I mean, most people, they have no idea what that is. They say it's the cheapest in 40 years, right? But if you look at reality, just back in 2019, it's up 19%.
Right.
So it depends on
Isn't
how you
everything
write
up
it. You
since
want to put a
2019?
slant, oh, it's the cheapest
Yeah.
in 40 years? Forget that. Within the last 5 years, it's gone up almost 20%. And what are the what are the big creators of this? Let's talk about sweet potatoes up 26%. No, they're down 26, but fresh cranberries is up 12%.
Yeah, well, let's go through the list, right? 16-pound turkey, that's your average size. How are you going to make? Well, you're not making one. We're making a turkey this year.
That's good.
We're smoking it. $25.67 or $1.68 a pound. Now, Yvonne went to Publix and found a turkey for 98 cents a pound, which was even a better deal.
Whoa.
14 ounces of cube stuffing mix, $4.08. That's up. 2 frozen pie crust, $3.40. That's down 4.9%. Half a pint of whipping cream, $1.81, up 4.7%. Pound of frozen peas, $1.73. Dozen dinner rolls, $4.16. Miscellaneous ingredients, $3.75.
Well, you're leaving out up or down. So
Yeah.
the dinner rolls is up 8.5%.
The miscellaneous ingredients down 5.1%. What else we got?
Well, the thing about it is the good news is it's down 5% from last year.
Right.
So actual numbers is down 5%.
Whole milk is down to $3.21 a gallon. You got to be careful now when you buy milk. My wife brought in a half gallon of what she thought was a half gallon of milk. It looks like a half gallon paper container, but it had less than a half gallon. So they're trying to be sneaky, some of these brands, and not giving you 64 ounces. They're giving you like 58.8 ounces and putting it in a similar looking container.
That's got to stop.
Hope you don't see the difference.
Mm.
Well, when RFK Jr. gets in there, maybe he'll
Be rocking.
change that. Yeah, sweet potatoes are down 26.2%. Boy, I guess the sweet potato crop came in well this year then.
Yeah.
So if you're, when adjusted for inflation, right, this would be the least expensive Thanksgiving meal in the history. So there you go. We're going to have a nice Thanksgiving, have some friends and family over. It'll be a lot of fun. I hope you all are doing that. What we like to do is we also like, what are some of your favorite side dishes that you like to have with Thanksgiving?
Sweet potatoes, mashed potatoes, gravy, peas.
You know what my favorite thing is green bean casserole. I am a sucker for green bean casserole. I like green bean casserole. I also love mashed potatoes.
It's French too.
Yeah, it probably is. And I like, of course. I also prefer my turkey smoked or fried. I'm not a big roasted turkey guy. It's all right. I'll eat it. But I like to do a little something kind of different with the bird. And I even was thinking next year I might do a different kind of bird, like a goose or something. That was always a big thing in England, goose. So maybe I might try a goose and just be different next year. Just for the fun of it. But this is American Roundtable. We'll have more for you after this. Please tell your friends about the show if you like it. See you right back here.
We are back here with Inspector Spry.
I wore this for you.
You work for the people.
And I see you pulled out your award. That's nice. It's good.
Thanks.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
She is 17 again.
There you go.
It's a big winner.
Big winner.
It tugs the heartstrings, right?
At least 25, a minimum of 25 victories around the world. We won on every continent on Earth, except Antarctica because they don't have one there.
So what is it that made it such a big winner, do you think?
Well, it connects with people. It talks about health issues, never-ending love. So, it's very positive, which is a lot different than what you see in most movies today.
Mostly negative.
And
right?
television, yeah.
So tell me about Alice's Restaurant.
So, in 1969, Arlo Guthrie made a movie, Alice's Restaurant. And I remember seeing it, and I had just watched the trailer a few minutes ago. He was against Vietnam, the war in Vietnam, and a draft. He got out of the draft because of some thing that happened, and he became a felon or something. He's the son of Woody Guthrie, the famous singer. So then he met Alice a few years earlier in Greenwich Village, and they stayed friends. She got married, and then he wrote a song, Alice's Restaurant, and they had actually lived in a church, an abandoned church, up in Massachusetts.
So this is a true story.
Yeah, partially.
And Alice just passed away.
Yep. And it was.
There was a real Alice.
Yep.
Alice Brock. She was 83.
And Thanksgiving Day, 1965, a simple chore led to Guthrie's arrest. And he didn't serve in Vietnam.
So that's good, right? He got out of that.
And his song has endured as a protest classic and holiday favorite.
When I worked at WMMO 98.9 this would have been about 20 years ago, we always played Alice's Restaurant every Thanksgiving. And so that was because it's a long song.
Yeah, what is it? He did one song that was like 18 minutes.
That's it. I think that's the one. It's long. It's long.
So what's the verse?
But it's fun. Yeah. So that's it. Alice Brock, the Backroom Restaurant in Stockbridge, and so the restaurant was not actually Alice's Restaurant, but the Countland fans have since memorized. And then of course the song goes, "You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. Walk right in. It's around the back, just a half a mile from the railroad track. You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant." Good stuff, right?
Hey, he stood up for something.
He's still around. Woody Guthrie. He's still playing concerts.
No, Arlo is.
Oh, Arlo. Yeah, Woody's going. Arlo's still playing.
Yeah.
But he hasn't. You don't hear much. Like he doesn't. He's older. It's a different generation. But his father wrote "This Land Is Your Land," a lot of other hits.
Yeah.
He inspired
Bob Dylan.
And so no Arlo Guthrie, no Bob Dylan, right? Probably pretty much the father of folk music in America.
Yeah.
And
it was a protest song and a nonviolent protest song.
If you're looking for some top travel destinations,
and that's why you're wearing your beanie today.
right? I would say you can get some different travel destinations. Travel and Leisure released its annual list for the best travel destinations across the globe, with 50 locations vetted by its staff for different types of travelers. These are places that feel of the moment, whether it's because they offer unparalleled access to outdoors, a cultural immersion you can't find anywhere else, a pulse-quickening hit of excitement, or the sort of blissful luxury only a true 5-star property can deliver.
And we shall talk about it in just a few seconds when we come back.
That's a good tease. You're a big tease, Bill.
Today.
It's American Roundtable on TV 38 WHDO. Thanks to all our friends, including Sue Lupri and Doug Strickler and all the gang. We'll be right back. Welcome back to American Roundtable.
Sounded good.
I am your
Inspector
host.
Spry.
All right, top travel destinations. If you want adventurous travel, because you're an adventurous guy.
Of all places, right here in Orlando.
Universal Orlando.
There it is.
And Nicaragua.
So, this survey
It's
picks...
a very diverse
this survey...
destinations.
I'm staying here. So the survey picks one location, U.S., and the other, the world. That's why you have it that way.
Well, they have Islands of Adventure. That's pretty adventurous.
There you go.
More adventurous than Disney. About nature lovers. Anchorage, Alaska, and internationally, Bhutan. Moments on the Water, Apostle Islands, Wisconsin, which I've never heard of. And the French Riviera.
Have you ever been there?
No, but you have, right?
I've been to the French Riviera twice.
Tell me about the French
Oh,
Riviera.
it's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's like the weather like
Relaxing.
down here, right? It's like the south. So.
Yeah, I took a picture of my wife sitting on the railing before you go down into the beach. I was there for a music convention. I took a picture and I sent it to all the kids. Your mom is at a nude beach because the people on the beach were naked.
Right, because
But
they
she
don't
wasn't,
have all
but,
this
you know-
hung up stuff
Yeah,
that we do.
so it was right down. We were probably within 200 feet of where they have the Cannes Film Festival. So it's really cool there.
Beach vibes. If you want beach vibes in your vacation, Santa Monica, California, and Grenada, which is in the Caribbean. Right?
Mhm.
So, food and drink, Colorado's Western Slope, and Osaka, Japan. For culture immersion, try Charleston, South Carolina,
It's
or
very haunted
Budapest,
there.
Hungary.
It's very haunted
It
there.
is. City thrills, Portland, Oregon. Oh, you really want to go to? You get some thrills.
Yeah,
As long as they don't burn stuff down while you're there.
Yeah,
but-
just kind of like make sure you have your running shoes on.
and Marrakesh. And so that's pretty interesting. D.B. Cooper. Tell us about the D.B. Cooper update. They were
So-
trying to find him for a while.
Yeah, so what happened, and this is something I didn't know until I heard the story. Only a few months later, there was another attempt exactly the way that the first one went with D.B. Cooper. The guy's name was McCoy. So he was arrested, he was put in jail. He lived in North Carolina. So young sleuth, private investigator went to McCoy's location in North Carolina. McCoy had already died, and he was looking around in the guy's barn, and he found a similar parachute.
Right.
And McCoy's kids both believed that their father was D.B. Cooper. They never brought it up to the mom because when she was alive because they didn't want to hurt her feelings.
Sure.
So did I leave anything out?
Well, they're thinking about exhuming him just to get a DNA match and close the case, right? Because
Yeah, but can't you get DNA from your kids?
he looks, interestingly, the face looks the same as the drawing,
Yeah,
like almost exact.
yeah.
So maybe we finally solved the D.B. Cooper mystery. That his name was really Richard McCoy,
Yeah.
the real McCoy.
The real McCoy. You are very sly today, Inspector.
It must be the
Spry.
ballet.
It must be.
Elton John's having some vision loss, huh? You know, he's 77 now, and he had an infection. It was so bad it caused him to actually lose sight in his right eye this past summer. And you know, he's just been kind of convalescent.
Well, Elton John actually has several houses around the world. One, he lives in a.
He lives in the French Riviera,
He has
south of France.
He has a condo in Atlanta.
Right.
He lives. I guess he has a house in Hollywood, and he lives outside of Nice. And the way I know is because when I went on a honeymoon with my wife, we took a cruise, and as we pulled into the harbor,
Right.
the tour guide said, "You see up there on the bluff? That's where Elton John lives, in that house on the bluff."
Yeah. So he
So
caught
that's
some
where he
kind of
was.
an infection, and it took a sight in one of his eyes. That's pretty bad.
Real bad.
And so I guess, you know, he says, I can't see the lyric. I'm not really recording. You know, I guess they're doing a documentary about Elton John's life, Never Too Late. Going to be on Disney Plus on December 13th. We wish him good luck. He's not doing too well in the sight department. You know. I first saw Elton John when he was 36 years old in 1983 in Madison Square Garden. He put on a heck of a show because he was still pretty young and spry back then, of course. So
Well, they
He
made a
was in his
movie of
prime.
it, which was very,
he was a bit of a rockin' man.
yeah.
It was all right. I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't as good as the one about Queen, but it was a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
I thought, you know, I think it needed a little more oomph, a little more magic. I mean, it was all right, but like needed. Don't you think it was missing a little?
You know,
Little
Queen
oomph.
had more drama to it,
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
and Elton John had more of the love ballads.
Yeah,
So his music was a lot calmer than Queen.
true. So, but he had a rough life. I mean, he partied and did a lot of drinking and drugging for decades. So,
Who's that? Both
Elton
of them?
John. Well, all of them. Yeah,
Life of a rock star.
like a rock star. So they want to change the cigarette warning labels.
No kidding.
So
Well,
in
tell me about
Europe,
it.
they show like a disease long on like half the pack, and in Central America and South America, they do that in the Caribbean. But in America, it's just that same warning that they've had forever, right? It just says this may be hazardous to your
Well,
health.
to
or
show you
whatever.
how times change, right?
Yeah.
When I was growing up, they would have, in the high school, they would have a smoking section in school. Right? I mean, think
Right.
about it. This is back in the 60s. They had a smoking section. I'm sure when
We did. In the 80s, we had Senior Hill, which you could sit outside and smoke.
Yeah,
Right. That's how much times have changed.
for the better.
Yes.
And it could get even better with RFK Jr. If he gets the Senate allows him to be in the cabinet, then things could get better too.
Nearly 120 countries around the world have adopted larger graphic warning labels. Studies from those countries suggest the image-based labels are more effective than text warnings at publicizing smoking risks. The U.S. has not updated its labels in 40 years, so it may we may see those new labels coming out. You know, I just wanted to say I'm thankful for you and the show that we do, and appreciate you. And what are you thankful for before we go?
That I had a wife like I had, found her after 25 years. I have great kids, grandkids, and I get to see Inspector Spry every couple of weeks.
All right, I'm Al Spry. Remember to keep it real.
And keep it tough.